teach you the poem Wind, which is our remaining part. It is a part 2. In first part, in our previous class, I explained you about the poet, about the poem and explanation of stanza first. I have already explained you that this poem is written by Subramanya Bharati and translated by A.K. Ramanujan. About the poet, this poem was written by Subramanya Bharati. He was born in 11 December 1882 in Tamil Nadu. I have already explained in the previous class. Then about the poem is express the destruction and the construction power of the wind. And he gives the message that we should not give up when we are in a difficult situation. And explanation of stanza first. In stanza first, I have already explained you that when the wind is strong, it creates a lot of destruction. For example, it scattered the door. It break the door and scattered the paper and all the books that are keep on the shelf. It fell down when the wind is very strong. यानी प्रीवियस पार्ट में मैंने आपको इतना एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था कि जब हवा बहुत ज़्यादा तेज होती है तो वो अपने साथ एक डिस्ट्रक्टिव पावर को लेकर आती है, बहुत सारी चीज़ों को बिखेर देती है. लेकिन वहाँ जो कवि का कहने का अर्थ था वो ये था कि जो भी कमज़ोर व्यक्ति होते हैं, कमज़ोर व्यक्ति जब क्या होता है कि जब डिफ़िकल्टीज उनके सामने आती है तो वो अपने आप को फेलियर हो जाते हैं, वो गिव अप कर देते हैं, वो सारी उम्मीदें छोड़ देते हैं. तो ये हमने क्या पढ़ा था, अब तक हमने फर्स्ट स्टैंजा का ये एक्सप्लेनेशन था. नाउ in this class I am going to explain you stanza second, stanza third and stanza fourth. Let's start with the stanza second. In stanza second, when you see in your book, you just see the line. In the second stanza, the word crumbling is repeated again and again. What is the meaning of crumbling? Crumbling means broken into pieces or fall down. You can say fall down. So the word crumbling is repeated again and again. The poets lay stress that when the wind is strong, it destroys so many things. And when wind is powerful, it is strong, and all the weak things are not able to face the wind. He gives the many examples. He gives the example that, for example, the house, the doors, and the wooden structures, and bodies of the people, plants and animal, all are weak and all are fall downs. Means कभी ये कहना चाहता है कि जब कभी हवा तेज होती है तो उसके डिस्ट्रक्टिव पावर, हम केवल आउटली उसने डिस्क्राइब किया है. आउटली डिस्क्रिप्शन में उसने क्या दिया, मकान गिर जाएंगे, छत गिर जाएंगे, पेड़ पौधे गिर जाएंगे. तो ये क्या है, ये स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड का डिस्ट्रक्शन है. लेकिन व्हाट इज द अदर मीन, नॉट टू कन्वे द मैसेज. वो हमें क्या समझाना चाहता है, वो हमें ये समझाना चाहता है कि just like the adversities and hardship come in our life, the weak people fall. जब हमारे सामने दिक्कतें आती हैं तो जो कमजोर व्यक्ति होते हैं वो क्या होते हैं, गिव अप कर देते हैं, वो गिर जाते हैं, वो उठ नहीं पाते हैं फिर. Then the poet now addressing the wind as a wind god. He says that wind god is Vinon. Here what is the meaning of Vinon? There is a comparison between the wheat and the people. Wheat means गेहूं, आप जानते होंगे. तो there is a comparison between wheat and people, and he says that the god is as just like we know the wheat from we can face the challenges, we can face the obstacles in our life. This is your poem. This is the explanation of stanza 2nd, stanza 3rd and stanza 4th. Now come to the message of the poem. So by the explanation, what is the message of the poem? The message of the poem is, the message conveyed through the poem wit is, we should not give up when the difficulties are in our life, and we should face all the difficulties with a strong willpower. Means not give up, not give up in difficulties, and face the difficulties with strong willpower. With strong willpower. So this is the message of the poem given by the Subramaniam Bharati. Now come at the poetic literary devices. What are the literary devices used in the poem? First one is rhyme scheme. First literary device is rhyme scheme. What is the rhyme scheme? The poem is written in a freestyle. The poem is written in freestyle. So there is no rhyme scheme. There is no rhyme scheme. Then second literary device is personification. Personification. In this poem, the poet refers to wind you are. He is referring you for the wind. Means he treated wind as a person. So there is a personification in the poem. Now third one is alliteration. What is alliteration? The repetition of consonant sound. The repetition of consonant sound as the poet, when you see in your poem, you see there is a repetition of consonant sound, and there are the wind below. Wind below. Again, want one. So you can see here W, 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 W. So there are the repetition of consonant sound. It is a alliteration. Now number 4. Number 4 is repetition. Repetition in the second stanza, I have already explained you that the word crumbling, is repeat many times. So it is an example of repetition. Then fifth one is anaphora. Anaphora means repetition of the words in the different lines. It is the anaphora. For example, in line 2, 3, 4, it begins with don't, and lines 6, 7, 8, it begins with difficulties or challenges we face in our life. So there is a symbolism in our poem. Symbolism, wind is symbolizes with difficulties in our life. So there are many literary terms in this poem. By looking